everyone. Firstly, thank you for being here. I'm greatly, deeply honored to be part of the Standard Chartered family, a bank that has stood the test of times, 160 years, and managed to instill absolute faith and trust of its account holders, customers. And I think that speaks volumes of Standard Chartered as a brand. And I'm happy that here onwards we can be part of the same journey and hopefully contribute.
Thank you. Thank you, Anushka. Please, may I request you all to be seated. Friends, we've all seen and appreciated Anushka's talents across many roles that she's undertaken. She's one of the most versatile actors that we have, and she is known to experiment with unconventional roles and looks. I'm delighted to inform you. So as you saw, ladies and gentlemen, she's extremely versatile. I mean, there are many people who saw that film and couldn't really believe that Anushka played her grandmother, but that is actually her. It took her a very long time to get all that prosthetic makeup on, but as you can see, it was totally worth it. So with that, we're going to open the floor to a couple of questions. I'd request a couple of things. One is if you could please raise your hands if you'd like to ask a question. Secondly, if questions could be restricted to today's announcements, that would be greatly appreciated. So your questions can be directed to anyone on the stage. Feel free to raise your hands and I'll request you to then ask your question.
Hi Anushka ji, आपके ठीक सामने. Hi.
Hi.
सबसे पहले तो हम मीडिया वालों की तरफ से आपको शादी की ढेरों सारी बधाइयाँ.
Thank you.
Okay. And नानी का किरदार देखा हमने आपको काफ़ी डिफरेंट किरदार में आती है. कभी परी में आकर आप हमें डराती हैं. And then नानी के किरदार में कैसा रहा एक्सपीरियंस नानी का?
Actually, पहले तो मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगी स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड बैंक का, क्योंकि थ्रू देम जब हम ये एड बना रहे थे, मुझे समझ में आ गया कि मैं बूढ़ी होके कैसे दिखूँगी. And I'm happy. It was great. हम बहुत सारे ads करते हैं, and as creative people, you want to be challenged. आप चाहते हैं कि आपको opportunities मिले, not just in films, but even in ads, to be able to push the boundaries, you know, to push the envelope. And I was very happy that they had the same vision in mind. And how do you stand out? How do you say what you want to say, as of course, you know, a brand would to its customers, but how do you make it interesting? How do you make it relevant? And I think they have managed to achieve that through this ad, and I was only happy that I could be part of it. मेरे को आप वैसे ही जानते हैं कि मैंने हमेशा roles के साथ experiment किया है, right from the beginning. This year I'm doing films in which all my roles, all my characters, the way they look, the way they are very different from one another. And when you get to do that, even in an advertisement, you feel great. Playing a triple role, I've never done before. So I was very excited. And yes, like he said, it takes a lot of time for prosthetic makeup karna, and takes normal से ज़्यादा समय, and it's very tedious. But the end result was great. So I was all up for it.
क्या फीडबैक था आपके करीबी दोस्तों का, आपके घर वालों का इस नानी के किरदार में देख के आपको?
अभी तो उन्होंने ऐड नहीं देखा है ना किसी ने भी घर पे, क्योंकि ऐड तो अभी आप लोगों ने पहली बार देखा है.
एक पिक्चर आ गई है 2-3 दिन पहले हमने देखा तो
हाँ, वो वाली फोटो ना, बट दे कुड नॉट बिलीव इट. उनको लगा ही नहीं मैं हूँ. लाइक नोबडी कुड बिलीव दैट इट वाज मी. सो अभी जब ऐड आएगा प्रॉपर्ली, जब बाहर निकलेगा, देन आई एम श्योर we'll be able to answer that question. But thank you for the question.
And कुछ ही दिन बाकी रह गए आपके बर्थडे को भी, तो हैप्पी बर्थडे इन एडवांस. तो हम ऐसा माने कि शादी के बाद मतलब ग्रैंड सेलिब्रेशन होने वाला है बर्थडे का. आप
I think we'll have to give somebody else a chance also. सारे questions आप पूछ लेंगे तो किसी को चांस नहीं मिलेगा.
सर सबको मिलेगा लास्ट.
आप भी ट्रिपल रोल की तरह 3 सवाल पूछे जा रहे हैं, किसी और को भी चांस दीजिए. चलिए,
अगर कुछ बता सके आप.
क्या बताना है कि बर्थडे तो कोई ऐसा प्लान नहीं है, और वैसे भी अभी हम यहाँ पे स्टैंडर्ड चार्टर्ड की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए आए हैं. सो लेट्स कीप द क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू दैट.
Thank you.
Can you give us some color on the asset quality on the retail book and the loan growth trajectory you are seeing going ahead?
No, our retail asset quality has been very, very comparable with the best in class. And we've been growing the income by 20% last 2 years. So that's how we hope to grow on the retail income side.
Next question, please. Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah, Ms. Daruvala, this is Manojit Saha from The Hindu. So can you throw us some light on the retail strategy? I mean, what is the strategy in retail? Which part of retail you want to grow? Because every bank is doing retail. And what we have done today is every bank has already done it. So what exactly is the strategy on retail? Which are the sectors in retail you want to grow more?
Yeah, so being a foreign bank, we don't have the kind of outreach in terms of branches that other banks have. So clearly for a bank with limited branch presence, we are using digital as a way to reach out to our customers. And that's what I mentioned when I spoke about using digital marketing to onboard a lot of customers. The products that we do are personal loans, credit cards, mortgage loans, and business banking loans, which is loan against property. We also do SME lending and many other parts of the savings account, current account, which is normal. We've been doing these products for a very long time, so there's nothing very different that we are doing in our strategy, except that we are trying to grow retail as a proportion of our balance sheet. Today, retail is much lesser. Ideally, we would want to take retail to about 40% of our book size.
What is the proportion of retail now?
It's about 29%.
29% as of last year.
Yeah.
And you said you are constrained by a branch expansion. So do you have any applications pending with RBI so far as branch expansion is concerned?
Actually, foreign banks don't get as much branches. So between all foreign banks, there are about 40, if I'm not mistaken, foreign banks. And there are only 15 branches roughly annually available. So clearly you don't get the branches in the proportion that you need. So as a strategy, it makes a lot of sense for us to use digital as much as possible.
And finally, last question, do you have any plans to take the subsidiary route in India?
I would not want to comment on that.
Okay, we'll move to the next question,
I'm
please.
Joel Rebello. I work for the Economic Times. Hi. Can you give us some numbers on your digital banking, in the sense how much percentage of your transactions are happening online? What are the total customers? And in the context of you not getting branches from RBI, we've seen some of your peers cutting branches. So what's the plan? I mean, if more and more transactions are moving online, do you need branches?
On the branches side, clearly we have only 100 branches. For a country of our size, clearly that's not too much. So we are not looking at cutting the branches. For the rest of the questions, I'll request Shyamal to address.
Right, so I can give you a few data points here, but we could meet later if you want more details around digital banking progress. But as I said in my speech, we are the fastest growing digital banking platform in the country today. And a benchmarking that we did actually shows that we've grown at least 7% faster than the average growth of digital transactions that other banks have delivered in the Indian banking industry. So as we speak at this point in time, less than 5% of our transactions actually go through any manual channel or branches. Everything is digital. On payments specifically, 99% of our volume actually goes through digital. So we are already seeing fairly robust adoption by our customers and usage. And as Zareen had said in her speech, in a short time, we're now clocking more than 1 million transactions per month on UPI alone. So been very, very aggressive growth.